was totally false.
Now, not only did he say that in that press conference, even before this commission, at paragraph 187 of his statement, this is what General Mchunu says. He says, Minister Mchunu, through his associate with Brown Mokhotsi and as corroborated by his chief of staff, Mr. Nkabinde, maintained associations that have confirmed links with the underworld. So he says, you have links with the underworld. And he did that to justify the criticism he had of the dissolution.
That statement is entirely false. One, I'm no associate to Brown Mokhotsi.
Forget about Brown Mokhotsi. Let's just talk about the links with the underworld. That is really the critical statement.
I have no links, and I have never had any link with the so-called underworld in whatever manner.
Yes. And the link that he draws between the dissolution of the task team and this connection, alleged connection with the underworld?
Is false.
Yes. Now,
it is false.
Thank you very much. Now, you've explained what you are trying to achieve, and you've explained that it was widely accepted within the SAPS. There was the question of the comparison with the task team in the Eastern Cape responsible for combating taxi violence. And I was left not sure of if I fully understood your answer. Maybe you could just, for the last time, explain to the commissioners, what do you say about this comparison? Is it a fair comparison, an unfair comparison?
I would say it's a comparison that is fair at the level of principles. In other words, SAPS accepting the existence and the use of task teams, but it is qualified in terms of the work study and in terms of our vision and in terms of what has been adopted and so on, that generally, as a general rule, you will have specialized task team. But then there would be exceptions to that when the need arises, either because of a situation that is beyond such capacity in that particular area, and then you would have a task team. Or in the case of Eastern Cape, but which transpired later, that even the specialized team or the specialized units that we had there in the form of murder and robbery was not as effective as it would. But that was found or established later. But the principle was, the actual initiative was to say, we are seeing taxi violence and related violence growing and growing. Seemingly, the capacity that we have in the Eastern Cape is below what it would take to deal with what we're seeing. Hence, sending a number of people under Major General Zulu after the discussion with National Commissioner. So the difference is that a situation arose in the Eastern Cape around taxi violence. You then say, Major General Zulu must go there within this time frame, with this budget at hand, and that is what they do. Then they found that they have to extend time. They extend time, they deal with this particular problem. The difference with, between that and MPK, that is National Killings, Political Killings Task Team, is that whereas it is a task team, but its length of period, which I'm saying is no longer in keeping with what it was established for in 2018, if you look at figures and if you look at incidents. And even if you look at the 22nd January report of the National Commissioner, even though it comes after I had issued the letter but it confirms, because National Commissioner does say it has fulfilled the mandate for which it was established for. And it even says beyond any doubt, which means that even though I issued the directive, subsequently it was confirmed. Now, you are then saying you have PKTT coexisting with the specialized unit in whatever capacity, but it was not envisaged that you would have a coexistence of a national team coexisting with that particular capacity. That is not what was envisaged, which is now happening. Hence, and in any case, PKTT was never envisaged as a permanent. It was always, yes. Yes.
Unless you still want to add something?
No.
Okay, thank you. I just want to come to the topic of the powers, and it's an issue that the chairperson raised. That basically, as I understand the question that was asked, is it doesn't matter how a structure like the PKTT comes into existence. The power to dissolve it rests exclusively with the National Commissioner. Now, the reason I ask you this is because I'm not asking you to give a legal answer, but to give a practical answer in terms of, at the time you took the decision, what precautionary measures did you take to make sure that it was legally sound?
I had a consultation with Advocate Vusi Pikoli, who happens to be my special advisor.
Yes.
And he responded, and he has since made his response or opinion available to the legal team.
Yes, it's been filed, as I understand, it's been filed with the Commission. But you don't have to go through it. But the only answer is, as a responsible minister, you took precautionary measures to ensure that your decision was legally sound.
I did.
Yes.
That's correct.
Now, there are a couple of small points that I just want to take you through them to make sure that you can clarify. There was a reference to the work study, and it seemed that there was a bit of confusion about page 200 and 201. So if you go to that work study, no, I think it's the Murray report. Yes, it's the Murray report. And particularly, if you turn over the page to 201, the references in paragraph 8.1 and 8.10. The first reference at page 201, have you got it, Minister?
I'm trying to get it.
So just go to 201. Yeah, it should be in the bundle of your annexures.
Page 201.
201, yes.
Yes, I think this is the one. Is it this one? Because this one is 7. I think it is this one. Or in this bundle.
Yeah, in your it's one of the bundles
Okay.
to your statement.
Yeah. This one. 201, yes.
Yes. If you go to paragraph 8.9,
Yes.
there was some confusion here about what this paragraph is about, and you seem to have a particular view that was not shared by the evidence leader. It says, no task teams be established without written and approved documentation from the provincial commissioner indicating the start date and estimated end date, as well as dates for impact analysis on a quarterly basis.
Yes, that's what the statement says.
On a quarterly basis to measure the feasibility of continuation for such teams. So what is being referred to here? I personally cannot work it out what this sentence is about.
What I have since established in terms of, in an effort to clarify this, is that this, as I indicated earlier, it applies to provincial, or it applies to teams that are operating in the province, which, unlike what we did when we were talking with Commissioner Baloyi, it was a question of